I need y'all to repeat after me and say it with your chest. And don't be square now, because that's where I go is up there. So, again, repeat after me and say it with your chest. Ability plus effort equals excellence. I like y'all. One more time. Ability plus effort equals excellence. We've been having a good time. Look, that might be the most important equation that you'll ever hear. And it's not from a math class. It's not from a science class. That's from life class. Or since we had a sports bank, we can say it's from the game of life, which is the hardest game you'll ever play. But I'm here to tell you, you will be victorious. You will be a champion. But you gotta follow that formula now. Ability plus effort equals excellence. So let's break this thing down real quick. Let's take that first part, ability. What is your ability? I believe that your ability is your gift from God. That's your ability. And we all have one. Let me say that again now. We all have one. Stop thinking that if you don't lead the team in points, or if you ain't the valedictorian at the school, or if you ain't getting the most likes or retweets on Twitter or whatever, that you don't have a gift from God. Because we all have one, you just got to figure out what it is. For example, roll with me now. See, Paula, I told you about me in that classroom, the kids love me because I use my life to teach. My life real, just like all of you. My son has autism. Now, if you don't know what autism is, I'll just put it like this. Autism is a condition that affects every single aspect of my baby's life. Some of the stuff y'all might take for granted, like just talking, brushing your teeth, putting your clothes on. These are all things that are difficult for my son. But even my baby has gifts from God. For instance, his organizational skills are 100. If anything out of place in my house, that boy don't fix that. His personality is golden. Despite his affliction, he's usually the happiest person in my house. And he's a beautiful little boy. If y'all talking about baby, you wouldn't even know anything going on with him. So you see, even though my son has his struggles, he still has gifts from God. So even though you may have your struggles, whatever it is, you still have some kind of gift. You still have some kind of ability. Now, how do you identify that ability? This is how. You have to stop and think about you. You have to take the time to get off your gram. Talk to my young folks. Now, they know what I'm talking about. You got to get off your gram, get off the Snap, get off Twitter, and what you really doing when you're doing that, you're looking at what other folks do. You think about what other folks do. You can take some time to think about you. You need to figure out, what do I like? What do I dislike? What are my strengths and my weaknesses? What's easy for me? What is difficult for me? You need to fully assess yourself. Now, let's say you do that, and you still can't really figure out what your ability is. That's when you turn to your life coaches. That's when you turn to your family, your friends, your teachers, your coaches. These are the people who know you and love you. Allow them to guide you. Allow them to put you in position. You see, these coaches will tell you, that's really what coaching is about. We put players in position to display their God-given ability. See, Coach Carlisle and I, we were lucky enough to coach the Weatherspoon boys. And sure enough, now they blessed. Tall, long, athletic. That boy Nick, I watched him jump over a boy's head before. So yeah, they blessed. But most of the buckets they got, they didn't have to work hard for that. Because he put them in position. And they listened. So, if you're struggling to identify your gift, listen to those who truly love you and who truly know you. Maybe they can help put you in position. Now, why is this so important? This is very important. You don't have time, energy, nor attention to waste. You must direct your time, energy, and attention towards an attainable goal. Young people, I'm going to roll back and say that. You must devote your time, energy, and attention towards an attainable goal. I'm not going to sit up here and camp. I'm not one of them grown folks that get in front of young people and say, oh, you can do anything you want to do in life. If you can see it, you can be it. If you can dream it, that's big cap. That sound good, that's cap. You can do what God has given you the ability to do. Now that's real. You can do what God has given you the ability to do. Don't come up in the gym, you 5'2", can't run, can't jump, you shot rope, and you finna tell Carlisle you going to the league. Don't do that. What you're doing is setting yourself up to be disciplined. You have not properly identified your ability. And in that situation, y'all, it won't matter how hard you work. This man used to make all our athletes run miles and miles and miles in sprint shoes. The athlete, y'all know what I'm talking about. The sprint shoes supposed to make you bounce, supposed to make you dunk, right? But if you ever watch the Belma Jackson highlight tape, you only saw one dude flying around. And that was me. Why? Because God had given him that ability. And that's fine. Because maybe your ability is to think. Maybe your ability is to lead. Maybe your ability is to speak. And then you'll be the one up here one day speaking and motivating your people. Maybe your ability is to draw or to dance or to help other people. Don't we need more of that? You got to figure out what your ability is. Now the next part is easy, but it ain't. The next part is that effort. See, if you identified your ability, but you're not willing to grind, you still won't be excellent. You see, it's not like you're the only person on planet Earth that God gave that ability to. You can't be satisfied with being the best and brightest at Yazoo City. You can't be satisfied with being the strongest and fastest here at Yazoo City. You gotta read more books than one of them kids from one of these so-called private schools. You gotta lift more weights than one of them boys that headed to Alabama. You gotta get up more shots and run more sprints than whoever the top girl in the country is. You gotta grind. Pick a sport. Name the GOAT. I bet you they will grind. Muhammad Ali in boxing. You hear about how fast he was. But did they tell you that every morning he would get up and run 6 miles and come back with grind? Floyd Mayweather right now. Yeah, you see him on the ground blowing money fast or whatever. But did they tell you that the man does not smoke or drink? That he stays in shape whether he has a fight or not? Grinding. Take Serena Williams. You see her hoisting up those trophies. But did they tell you that she spent countless hours in Compton, in the middle of the hood, grinding? No excuses. Cherry Rice. Y'all young folk might not see him. Y'all be talking about Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, all them boys. Go look up Jerry Rice. And while you're at it, look up one of them videos of him running up all them hills. Grinding. And basketball. But you think Jordan or LeBron is the GOAT. And if you got some sense, you know what Jordan. That's a whole other story. But no matter who you think the GOAT, they'll work. Somebody say LeBron, and we got to talk later. No matter who you think the GOAT, their work ethic is legendary. You must give maximum effort no matter what sport you play, no matter what task outside of sports that you are taking on. You gotta use this formula. And it gotta be the full formula now. Y'all know for y'all math class, you can work your butt off on that problem. And you get one thing wrong. Whole thing wrong, man. You mad on it. So you gotta use this whole formula. But if you do, you will be excellent. Archie Carlisle, he's excellent. Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame, 7 titles overall, 2 right here at Yazoo. Anthony Carlisle, he's excellent. 5 state championships, and this man ain't even 35 years old yet. Tangela Banks, she's excellent. Current head coach at Murray, 3 state championships. Willie Brown, he's excellent. Pro football Hall of Famer. Fletcher Cox, he's excellent. All-Pro defensive tackle, Super Bowl champion, future Hall of Famer. This is you, Yazoo. countless others. Not only from sports, but also from academics. See, that's what matters most to me. See, I love ball, man. I love ball. That ball gonna stop everybody. Alright, even the greats, that ball gonna stop them people. But if you cultivate this thing right here, you can get money forever. So, real quick, we gonna recap. We're gonna identify our God-given ability. To do that, we're gonna analyze ourselves. We're gonna figure out our strengths and our weaknesses, our likes and our dislikes, what's easy for us and what's hard. If we struggle with that, we're gonna seek guidance from the ones who know us best and love us. We're gonna let these life coaches help us get in position to score in this game called life. And once we know our ability, we gon' grind. No one will outwork us. Lazy will never be associated with our name. And I'll end like this, roll with me. My homeboy tell me that the state talking about taking over. I'm here to tell you, don't worry about that. Because once we combine our ability with our effort and display